Hey guys, what's up? So we're gonna do a fun little video, maybe. I don't know. We'll see if I actually post this. Anyways, my parents work at a charity thrift store. They get donations all the time of all sorts of fun and wonderful products, and that they can resell, furniture, TV, stereos, toys, you name it. And my dad specifically, one of the things he's kind of in charge of at that store is making sure all the video game stuff that gets donated works. So pretty much any video game stuff that gets donated to the store basically goes to their house first, and my dad basically hooks it up, makes sure it all works, tests it a little bit, and as long as it looks good, they put it out for sale. They've gotten some amazing stuff donated over the years. Recently, they got a Sega Saturn, which I haven't seen one of those kicking around in the wild for a bit, at least not around here. And even though it didn't have a controller, they were still able to sell it for a good chunk of money. A 3DO once, which they sold for like close to $200 or whatever. Like crazy amounts of money being raised for charity through this thrift store, which is fantastic. But anyways, every once in a while my dad will come across a problem where he's not 100% sure whether he should just scrap the system because it's probably dead, or whether it's something that can be easily fixed. For example, and sometimes I'll go to his place and we'll do some stuff there. Sometimes he'll just drop stuff up here and ask me to, with my spare time, if I can figure it out. And if I can figure it out, to bring it back, I'll take it back to him, of course. One of the ones he dropped off once before was a PS4 system. It was not detecting the hard drive. What it looked like had happened was the previous owner had probably upgraded the hard drive, most likely, or changed the hard drive anyways, because the original hard drive probably had been damaged, corrupted, or something where it was unusable. Before the person donated, of course, though, it looks like he put the old hard drive back in, and the old hard drive was completely toast. And we didn't know that at the time, thought maybe we'll just try to run the firmware update, like when you have an issue like that. I've seen it before. Usually that's all it is. Boom, pop the USB stick in with the new firmware, and you're usually good to go. We tried that. I tried that first. Didn't work. So I had a spare hard drive kicking around that I wasn't going to use anymore. It was actually a hard drive from a laptop computer that we couldn't get the laptop to work anymore. So there was no way to erase the data on the laptop. So this was perfect. I popped the laptop hard drive into the PS4, which of course formats the hard drive. And I was able to get the system working again perfectly fine with this hard drive from this laptop. And I gave it back to him and said, yeah, here you go. This will work for you. You guys can sell this now. And they were able to sell that PS4 no problem. And hopefully somebody got a lot of good enjoyment out of it. But anyways, so my dad dropped off two things today. First, he dropped off a PS3. Basically, what he's saying is it sounds like it's a similar issue to that PS4. Either the hard drive's missing, the hard drive's corrupt, or they just didn't reinstall software when putting a new hard drive in. So it's one of those three things, so we're going to take a look at that. And then he also dropped off an original Xbox, and according to him on that one, he'll pop a disc in, it will start playing fine, but then of course it will shut down because, you know, disc might be scratched or dirty, and then usually when he tries the game again, it just won't start at all. But it seems to be doing it, he said, with every game disc he has. So it's most likely the disk drive. Most likely it's not something I'm going to be able to fix. I'm sure it is fixable, but it's not something I'm going to be able to fix. And because it's a charity, they're not going to pay to fix this stuff, right? Like, that's the thing. They're not going to pay money to fix stuff. They're just going to trash it, unfortunately. If that Xbox is what I think it is, though, it is that disk drive, which is what my dad thinks it is too. I'm actually going to try to mod it, soft mod it, like I did my own Xbox a long time ago. And see if it's even the case of that too. Like, it is possible, because my dad had an issue with an Xbox once before, and when I got over there, he didn't even notice because it was very close to the actual official Xbox dashboard, but he didn't even realize it, but it was actually a modded system. So I basically had to flush that out and basically put the original firmware back on, which thankfully I'm able to do with one of the upgrades. Now again, keep in mind, I have not done this in a long time, so I actually don't remember how to do that. I probably will have to look at some YouTube videos. It'll probably be a separate video from this. But we're gonna look at that PS3 first, which I believe is in the green bag. Yes. All right. Oh my God. The other thing too is my dad always gets a little confused about which controllers go with which, and I kind of peeked in the bag already, and I don't think he's got the right controller for this. So, oh. All right, well, right off the bat, there's definitely an issue with this PS3. Yeah, and it's definitely been opened before. So I'm just gonna bring this over so you can see. So right off the bat, you can see it's definitely been opened. The screws have been thing, but the other part is, and it's upside down right now, but other side, there's a gap there that shouldn't be there. So whoever put this back together didn't put it back together properly either. So that's definitely going to be a problem right off the bat, which makes me think there's no hard drive in this, but we'll find out in a sec. Oh, he brought me discs. He didn't need to bring me discs. He knows I have games for all these, so he brought me discs. Holy crap, he brought me a lot of discs. What the hell? I don't think I need that many games. He brought me discs for games systems that I'm not even working on for him today. We got our power cord. We got our HDMI cable. We're good there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is an original Xbox controller. It's a Mad Catz brand one, but it's for an original Xbox. I suppose it's possible you put the controllers in the wrong bag. Maybe the oh my God, this one's heavier. Oh shit. And there's a couple controllers in this one. We got one original Xbox controller, two original Xbox controllers, another Mad Catz. It looks like a wireless Mad Catz controller, but it isn't for this Xbox as well. I do not see a PS3 controller in here, so we'll have to dig out one of my own if I can remember where it is. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is let's actually plug this in and see what comes up. We got a power cord. We got our HDMI cable. Let's see what the message is that comes up on the screen first. All right. Now the good news is I have a small TV right here that I can plug into. Boom. And HDMI. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Yes, the HDMI cable goes in the HDMI port, dummy. Not in the not in the multi-port. I already have an HDMI cable plugged in here. Currently, I don't know what that. Oh, what I think that was. I know what that's from. Never mind. Boom. All right. So we'll turn the TV on first. Make sure we're on the actual HDMI input. That's important. We are. Yeah. That doesn't sound good. And like all good PlayStation 3s, it does not remember settings from the previous TV. Yeah. All right, power off again. So there we go. I am not even getting a picture. Now that could be because of the problem we're already having. Yeah, I cannot. Oh, this is not a good sign. So we're off to a good start. There's only one HDMI input on my TV too, so it's not on this TV. So let's try one more time. It's the double beep is usually what resets the settings. Well, we're off to a wonderful start. All right, well, that's definitely a problem on itself, but let's actually take a look at what's going on in this side here. So the other thing I'm noticing is that the USB ports are not even lined up properly, which tells me whoever put this back together did it really poorly. And I can tell they did it poorly because even on this screw hole here, there is there's like a little bit of plastic hole that it's broken right through. So this side of the system is probably not even secured properly. Oh, yeah, and there's two screws missing right down here too. Yeah, there's no hard drive in this. So that's why this doesn't work. There's no hard drive in there. So, yeah, whoever donated this is a dink, to be blunt. Because yeah, without a hard drive, nothing's going to work on this system. It needs that hard drive. And again, they did a piss poor job of putting it back together as well. Oh my god, oh, that's apparently the wrong size. So I'm curious to see what's going on inside now. Because again, whoever put this together did not put this together properly. Oh yeah, no, there would be no screw underneath that one. Because that's where the hard drive is supposed to be. It's not as bad as I expected it was going to look on the inside. Based on how the outside kind of looked, I was half expecting this to be like massively filled up with dust and whatnot, but again, I'll show you here. It's not that bad. It's much cleaner on the inside than I would have expected. So, small miracles, I suppose. But yeah, when they put it back together, basically they didn't put the lid back on properly, which is why oh, it's broken too, isn't it? No, it's not broken. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just not. Oh no, I guess it kind of is, but it's broken on the other side. There we go. There we go. That's better. All right. Because I have a feeling if we can get a hard drive for this, we might actually be able to make this functional again. Because otherwise, it's really not in that bad a condition. And hey, what do you know? When you put that back, the USB ports actually line up properly. Who knew? Oh, I don't have that back together properly, though. Hang on. Come on. Snap back to it. There we go. Let's put these screws back in. Do I have a hard drive? And the answer to that, I believe, is no, unfortunately. I don't believe I have another hard drive at the moment that I could potentially substitute the missing one in here for. Put the tray back in. I'll pop that back on for now so we don't lose it. But yeah, that is why this PS3 does not work. There is no hard drive. And that's a problem. So yeah, unless I find a hard drive, I don't think there's much more we can do with this. So we'll wrap up this video. I probably am going to post this one. But maybe we'll come back to it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll look at the Xbox in another video. We'll even go through and see what games my dad has here in his little collection of games that he's got right now. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.